whole idea of the history. You got to play in Wrigley Field. You got to run the bases at Wrigley Field, the same bases that Babe Ruth ran. You know, you got to run the bases, the same bases that, geez, there's so many names I can think of in baseball. Let's try football. Again, you know, players like Fran Tarkington, Bart Starr, some of the names of the past that played in this locker room. And I still think to myself about Vince Lombardi walking around in this locker room giving one of his famous speeches to the Packers. I could hear him now. You know, next time we get here, the game's over, and that Hallis turns off the hot water, we're going back on the field. Yeah, actually that's a true story. Water would mysteriously be turned off, the hot water would be turned off here in this locker room for the Lions, the Vikings, and the Packers. Home field advantage, folks, once again. Then I think about, you know, some of the musicians that we've hosted, because a lot of those guys use this as their green room. Elton John, he used this as his green room. He did have to fancy it up a little bit. I guess it wasn't good enough, so he had like purple drapes put over all the lockers. He had a fountain installed. You know. So, I mean, when I say this is my favorite part of the tour, it's because of the history of this locker room. So many greats have been in here. And unfortunately, we're going to be tearing this locker room down. You know, we're going to be doing some renovations, and we're going to put this locker underground. And it's too bad that it's going to be going away, because I really hope we preserve some of it. Maybe even if it's just a couple lockers, just because of the historical significance of it all. Because I can't think of another locker room in sports that's had the caliber of players that's gone in and out of the doors in there. I mean, maybe you can go to Fenway, and you know, and maybe Fenway. But other than Fenway, I can't think of too many other places that people can say that, you know,